I suck at starting these things, by the way. I've been literally, okay, I told myself I'd do this at 2 o'clock. It's 2:21, and I've literally just been sitting here staring at this computer screen. Um, and also enjoying the fact that I can see what he's doing behind me, and if he goes, oh, okay, he went on the floor. But if he goes on the table, I was going to have to get him. But anyway, today's my 1 year, which is nuts. I'm really surprised that I kept up with this, to be completely honest with you. I don't usually commit to things like that. I usually forget after a while. I mean, I took a pretty good break this summer because I was doing other stuff, but I kept with it. I'm kind of impressed with myself, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, excuse me. Alright, the cat's gonna stay over there because I was gonna try to get him in this, but you saw him before. The other one won't come around. It'd be really weird if he does. I don't know. But anyway, today is my 1 year. Exactly 1 year ago today, I got really bored and sent Aaron a message in Pirate Speak because it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. And, I don't know, just saying nice stuff. I don't even know what. And it kind of became a whole thing from there. It expanded really fast. And it continues. People go nuts over this. It's really weird. I didn't think it was anything special, but apparently it is. And I'll take it. So I offered to do this Q&A, which I got questions from like 3 of you, and one of them was because I kind of begged. And then a couple more were just enticing with things. I don't know if I just didn't broadcast it enough or what, but whatever. But I had to do it today because I had to do something. I couldn't think of anything else to do. So, I apologize right now if I curse at all, because I do that a lot. I have no filter. Also, any noise is probably one of my many bracelets. I'm used to it, but I know it bothers a lot of people, and I've stopped caring. I like jewelry. I have a lot of it. Let's do that. So, I would start with the questions, but the first one is what drove me to start the Pirate Anon, and I like to start these with the reasons why anyway. So, I mean, the real reason I started this was because I liked sending nice messages to people and getting them anonymously. I think people like get really excited over that somebody actually took the time to do that, and I don't know. Especially when it's anonymous and you can send a bunch and they don't realize it's the same person, and that makes them feel a little better. But, yeah, the reason I started the actual blog, which I think 1 year for the actual blog is October. I have the date somewhere. I'm sure I'll get a message or something. Is because I had a hard time keeping them all on a little note on my computer, all the people, and then remembering to keep them anonymous when I sent messages to people was becoming a huge pain in the ass. So, doing it through the blog was a lot easier. Like, I keep it on a separate email address from my regular blog and everything. And, it's nice. It's a lot of fun. But, what was I gonna say? But part of the reason I started this was, and I always talk about these two because it just works for the situation. And I'm sorry if I get distracted and make sure this cat doesn't destroy anything, because he tends to. So 6 years ago now, yeah, because I was the summer before my senior year of high school. I remember reading the newspaper, the local town paper, and seeing young man in his 20s hit by a train. Thinking, oh, it's really a shame. It's really sad. So they were looking for his identity. It was either the next day or 2 days later. When we found out it was a friend of mine from high school who had killed himself. And that was really hard. You know, it was kind of the first experience that I personally had with suicide. And especially because he was somebody like him who you never saw, you never would have expected him. And that was kind of like my first glimpse into kind of seeing what's up with people. Like, sorry, it's a cat. Just that he always had everything going well for him. I mean, there was not a single person who didn't like him. It was impossible not to. But the whole thing is that you don't know what's going on with people, regardless. And even now, like, my friends from high school and we talk about him all the time. You know, he was just somebody you didn't forget. And then it was a year ago, well, yeah, it was right after my birthday. So it was a year ago, April, May, when a friend of mine from high school went missing. And I actually hadn't talked to her since high school. We weren't very close, but close enough that wish I talked to her more. And she went missing about a month before her college graduation. And a couple weeks later, they pulled her body out of the Hudson River. She had jumped off the GW Bridge. So that one was bad. That was a rough time. And again, she was accepted into 8 different law schools, had a lot going for her, and it was another one of those things where you don't know. And that one was hard. That one was really bad, considering we spent a while looking for her. But, you know, what are you gonna do? You don't know what's going on with people, so part of the reason I do this is because people like to get nice messages. It's just something that makes them happy, and there's so much hate. It's ridiculous, especially around here with stupid Once Upon a Time. Much as I love the show and I love the friends I've made, some of you are like assholes, I'm not gonna lie. So, again, I don't know what goes on in your lives, if this is your way to vent or whatever, but yeah, some of you are assholes. Probably not anybody I follow that I've noticed. So, probably nobody's gonna see this, hopefully. But yeah, there's some assholes out there. So that's the main reason why I started doing this. The nice Anon kind of inspired it. She'll appreciate that. I'll make sure I tag her. But yeah, it's the reason why I kind of do it. Kind of. Oh, and I wanted to do this in the beginning because I have a feeling most people will only watch the beginning of this. Because, yeah, I don't know. So, one of the things I really did want to talk about on here was Katie. I don't know if any of you know her. But she's been going through a lot of struggles right now. And I know that I do what I can through this. But she really, you know, if you don't follow her already, you should, because she's really sweet. I'll tag her in this so you can get her URL, but it's Hooked on Jello with the hyphens in between. But she really could use some attention, some nice words. Honestly, it's something that every time I read her posts, I cry. I just wish I could do more for her, and I hope more can be done for her, and I hope things go really well. I won't go through her story because I don't think I could do it justice. But, sorry about this cat. But really, go through her blog, see what she's going through, and I think it'll help understand and send her a nice message. If you can donate, that'd be great. Wish I could. I have nothing. But I know it would go a long way. Anything. So, now I'll do questions. Stop eating my hair. Would you? Stop. No eating hair. He's still learning. Right, buddy? He's a jerk. But he's cute, so it works. The rest of those questions. So that's why I do the Pirate Anon. Basically, is a chance to do all these nice things, and people tend to listen to me, which is really weird, because I'm not used to that. I talk a lot, and people have learned to just kind of tune me out after a while. Which is fine, I do talk a lot about nothing. But it's nice to be heard, I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, if you could do any profession, what would it be and why? I still wish I could do large animal vet, I should say. That's what I always wanted to do. I did the pre-vet major for undergraduate. I'm getting my master's in animal science now, and I am so sick of school. And I can't afford vet school, and it's extremely competitive. So that's not happening. So, and just text messages. So right now, as long as I'm doing something with animals and helping animals, then I'll be happy. That's all I ask. It's easy. If you can go anywhere on vacation, money, no object, where, and why. Vienna, Austria. It's not even a question. It's always going to be Vienna. My grandfather was from a little village right outside of Vienna, supposedly. He died very young. He was 33. He died in 1962. So we don't know much about him. My mom was a year and a half old. So it's one of the reasons why I would like to go there. Is because it's the only thing that we really know about him. Aside from the whole being an Austrian Jew running from Hitler whole deal. Which is pretty fascinating. However, not much I can do there. But the other thing is, they have the Spanish riding school. This is going to sound really lame. But it's been like a dream of mine since I was really little. I used to go to the Spanish riding school and see the Lipizzaner stallions. That'd be really cool. So, yeah, that's where it would be. Who is your biggest role model and why? That's easy as well. My friend Andrea, who I've grown up with since I was 5 years old. So I've known her like June was 18 years. And she's like the sister I never had. I always wanted an older sister for some reason. And all of my friends, like growing up, had older sisters who were 2 years older than them, all knew each other in high school. And I had Andrea. She was their age. She went to school with all of them, all of the sisters, and she always treated me like a younger sister, but since she wasn't my sister, we never like had any like the sisterly fights or anything. So she's always been like my role model growing up. And she'll appreciate this because I tell her this all the time. I like to annoy her with that. But I remember being really young, and she's probably still is one of the smartest people I've ever met. Like, it's ridiculous how much this girl knows. And I just remember growing up, all I wanted to do was be exactly like her. I wanted to be smart like her, I wanted to be pretty like her, and I was just like, this has got to happen. So, not sure if I've accomplished that, but either way, I think it was a good goal. And she still is doing so well in everything she pursues. So, yeah. It's Andrea. Basically. If you could give advice to someone suffering from depression, what would you say? That's what he would say. I don't know if you could hear that. He makes a lot of noise. Which, that might work. I mean, what's better than a cute kitten that purrs? But regardless. Well, the science nerd in me would say, if it's bad enough, you need to see somebody, because honestly, there's a lot that can be done with medication right now, and it's amazing what can be done. And if it's something simple like that, I think should be taken care of in that sense. However, I mean, it's hard for me to say because I've never really experienced that. Except for, I have a stupid hypoactive thyroid, which is nothing but a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. Literally, it just makes it really difficult for me to lose weight. But because my metabolism is so slow, it affects my hormone levels as well. So if I miss a couple pills or a day or two, it's literally nothing, and I've noticed it as I've gotten older. In the beginning, if I missed it, I could miss a month and I wouldn't notice anything. But now that I'm on a stronger prescription, I've noticed if I miss a day or two, I do experience like a mild depression, and it freaks me out, I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm not myself during those days, and it scares the shit out of me. So that's the only sense of understanding I have for these people, but I try to be understanding. I try basically what I do is, I try to talk to them. I want them to talk to me. I don't know. I should have thought about this before I started this. It's hard for me to say. I can usually write these things better than say them. But it's the kind of thing where you have to have patience. Things always get better. I've noticed that. It sucks for a while. It can suck for a really long time, but it's the strength to know that it will get better. It always does. And if it didn't, it wouldn't be life. I'm not gonna lie. Things will always get better, and you have to focus on the good things that are happening. It could be anything small. I mean, I personally didn't have a great week this week, and it was little things like I had an amazing dinner last night, and all it was reheated tortellini, and you know what? It was so good. But it's little things like that you got to focus on, and I think it's one way to get through. Again, I have a hard time explaining what I'm saying here, but I mean, if there's ever anyone experiencing anything and they do want to talk and they kind of want my opinion on this, please don't hesitate to send me a message, because anything I can do to help at all, I think, needs to be done. So anyway, what drives me to be a positive person? If you've ever talked to me long enough, you will realize I am sickeningly optimistic. It's true. It's to the point where it's probably really annoying. Because I know as soon as I start not being optimistic and I find the bad side of things and I do anything like that, I lose it. It's one of the reasons why I try to, I try to forgive people as quickly as I can, to the best of my abilities. Which most of the time I'm pretty happy, I'm pretty good with. Some of you may know that there's one person who I can't forgive, and it bothers me that I can't. But it's one of those things that I just can't do. I have yet to find a positive aspect to the situation, and not happening. That's all. But I know that for me, if I wasn't constantly as positive as I try to be, I would try. It would kill me. It would just be bad, and I don't think it would end very well. But it's one of the reasons why I try. I try to find the small things that are going well. So, there's that. Alright, these are fun questions now. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I have no idea. I actually meant to look this up. Damn it. You're going to laugh at me when you see this. I know you will. But I meant to find a snarky answer because I couldn't think of one. That's fine. I just want a good answer. God damn the internet. Well, let's find out. A woodchuck would chuck so much wood he wouldn't know how much wood he chucked. There you go. There's your answer. I can't think of anything. And I'm usually really sarcastic and can think of that kind of crap, but not this time. Have you ever gotten in an argument over what color the sky actually is with someone? I have a feeling I probably have. I can't remember. I tend to get into a lot of stupid arguments with people who are just dumb. I'm not gonna lie. Only because, my expertise tends to be in a relatively controversial area. Just with some animal stuff and food and agriculture. And I've gotten into some ridiculous arguments over that kind of stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of those dumbass arguments was over that. But I can't recall any particular one. That's all your questions. And then I have a bunch of other ones. If you could live in any country for a year, where would you choose? You would go there for free, be given correct currency, be fluent in the language, and be able to bring up to 3 loved ones with you. At least one should be human. Well, considering this will never happen because I couldn't leave any of my animals that long, and none of them travel. None of them travel. Not like that, anyway. I mean, why can't I take everyone? I don't want to take everyone. I hate those questions. I can't pick and choose. But no, none of my animals travel. The only ones who possibly could, and I wouldn't do it anyway, would be my dogs. But they're Boston Terriers, and most commercial airlines won't fly them. So that's not happening. The horse, alpaca, and goat are a little too big, and again, I'm not doing it. Maybe the rabbit. Maybe he can travel. He's not worth it. I love him, but I'd rather have the dogs and the horse and the goat and the alpaca. My brother's cats could. Or, no, I don't think Nuts could. He's my fish. Anyway, the whole point of this is what country I would live in. Not gonna lie, okay, if we're going based on countries I've been to, okay, in reality, I'd like to go to Vienna. But if I could live in a country, it would probably be Germany. I spent 3 weeks there when I was 16, and it was literally like the best 3 weeks of my life. It was such an incredible trip, and I wish I could go back like now. I would have left an hour ago if I could have. I've never gone anywhere where I've just loved it that much. So probably Germany. Plus, I do know some of the language, not a lot. I'm working on that. So it'd be cool to be fluent. I can work with euros, so that's all good. Yeah, Germany. And of course, I forgot to put the other questions on, this file that I'm working with. And I know I'm going to get laughed at for that one as well. No, excuse me. Alright, let's see if this will work if I put them over there. Okay. Bunch more anonymous ones, even though I know who they are. Describe your dream wedding. Outside. Definitely won't be in a church. At least not inside, I should say. I personally am not a very religious person. I guess it would all depend on the guy that I marry. But I would like it to be outside regardless. I don't even care what the weather is. I want it to be outside. Especially, this is all my mom, I swear. I'm fine with it. But, and she's always like, oh, so when you ride horseback in your wedding? And I was like, the wedding that I am not having yet. But yeah, I'll roll with it. Hey, if she's paying for it, I don't care. It would just be outside. I'm not good with being the center of attention, I'm not going to lie to you, so probably not that big. I don't know, it'll all depend, I guess. And as long as it's outside, I don't care about the rest of it. I'm really, really lax with those kinds of things. For now. See how it goes when we're in the actual situation. Oh, here's the other cat. What activities do you want your kids to do? Whatever they want to do. However, they will be doing 4-H as long as I can keep them in there. It's probably one of the greatest youth organizations you can be involved in. Plus, it's made me who I am, so yeah, 4-H is definitely up there. Sports are good. I'm not musically talented. If they are, they can have that too. I don't know. It's whatever they want to do, I guess. I was always given the opportunity to try anything I wanted to do, so I don't see any reason why they can't as well. What do you want to improve about yourself internally? A few things. I can be mean. I can be really mean. Not to like someone's face, but I can be really mean. So there's that. I'd like to be more assertive. I'm definitely not assertive. More aggressive in things. In that sense, not like mean aggressive, but like when I want something, I want to be able to go for it, kind of thing. I'm pretty patient. I don't get too angry too fast. Yeah, I'm only a quarter Italian, you only get a little bit of it. That depends. I could get a lot of Italian, but that's it's besides the point. I don't know, mostly those things. I'd like to be more assertive. That's the big thing. Would you rather be the president or the pope? Can I opt for neither? Probably the president, because at least it's not a religious figure. And I'm definitely not Catholic, so that's not happening. Plus, I don't think I'd be a very good pope. I probably wouldn't be a good president either, but I have no knowledge of politics. Literally, if they are remotely for something that I like, then I go for it. I suck at these things. I really do. If it doesn't involve me, I don't usually care. So there's that. Favorite song to sing along to? There's a few. Depends on who I'm with, usually. When I'm by myself, it's a lot of Casey Musgraves right now. I like country music. When I'm with my roommate, I'm not gonna lie, it's Selena Gomez Who Says. It's fun. It's really fun. I'm not ashamed to say it. It's really fun to sing to. My two best friends, it's literally probably anything, because we'll make something fun out of anything. My last question is from the same person. Favorite scent? What was it? It was through Snapchat. I'm trying to remember. It was perfume and nature. As far as, well, I guess nature's the easier one for me to answer. All right. I guess it's nature. All right. This might sound really lame, but if you've met me, this probably makes total sense. Old leather. Like, I shouldn't say it like that. It should be like horse tack. Like going into the barn, that kind of smell. I don't know. I've grown up around horses and in barns, and I like the smell. Not gonna lie. As far as perfume goes, I don't really wear perfume. As long as it doesn't make me gag, it's usually pretty good. I do like the scent of vanilla, though. A lot. It's a couple different things, but yeah, that's all I got, really. I suck at these things. Let me check this real quick. Probably no more questions because everybody's been slacking. So that's all you're getting, unless I get more. You guys actually want more. I don't know why. I'm not that excited. But I figured for my 1 year, you guys putting up with me. I guess I should say that part of this is... What am I trying to say? I don't know, you've all put up with me for a long time. Obviously a whole year. Well, mostly Aaron for a year, and then it took a few days to weeks to expand further. But... I don't know, what I'm trying to say, this has been a lot of fun to do, I'm not gonna lie. I've met some incredible people doing this thing. You know, I've actually met someone who I probably wouldn't have known had I not done the Pirate Anon. That was cool. I've made so many friends because of this. I've been lucky to get to know Aaron. And anybody. I mean, all of you. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm really glad I did it. And I hope everyone does well. And if you ever really need to talk at all, or need someone to vent to, or if you really want to know what my actual name is, or my regular blog, or anything about me, you know, don't hesitate to ask, because my life is an open book. I don't hide anything. I'm not that exciting. It's nothing to hide. So, yeah, I hope this is good.